What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Wednesday, July 1st. These picks apply for the DraftKings Showdown slate. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, real quick for those who don't know how these simulated slates work, everything works the same. You build a full lineup using the players available in the slate. The only difference is the fantasy points each player scores is a fantasy score from any game that player has played so far this year. Only players with at least 15 games played are in the player pool. Pretty simple. They just take a score at random from previous games that player has played, and that's it. So knowing how that works, we've added some tools to Draft Dashboard so you can see all the possible outcomes of scores from each player, and we show the percent chance that the player has to score in each point range. So pretty handy. You can hover over the Sim Scores button and see right here exactly what scores this player can get for this contest. It will be one of these at random. And then you can see what percent chance they have to score in these point ranges. Okay, remember, we have a daily cheat sheet for esports for League of Legends, and that's linked from the Sports tab right at the top of Draft Dashboard. And we now have a cheat sheet for Korean baseball, NASCAR, and the MMA, and you can find those cheat sheets linked from the Draft Dashboard news. Okay guys, let's take a look at tonight's DraftKings Showdown between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Miami Heat. I'm going to start off by giving you the top value play on the slate, and we got a beauty here. This guy's a lock. I like Derek Favors, projected at 27.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 13.6 times value. He's 2,000 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 13% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 49% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 33% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 4% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So I like Derek Favors here at 2,000 DraftKings salary. Okay, moving up on salary a little bit here. I like Lonzo Ball, projected at 34.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 6.9 times value. He's only 5,000 DraftKings salary. Here's another lock in your slate for you. Let's take a look at his sim scores. Only a 4% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 36% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 43% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and an 18% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. These two guys, Lonzo Ball and Derek Favors, they almost look like pricing mistakes. They're way too cheap. Both of them have to be in your lineup. So I like Lonzo Ball here at 5,000 DraftKings salary. Okay, now with those two value plays, you're going to be able to play all the rest of these studs in your lineup. I'm going to go through them here. I really think I have the optimal lineup. Out of all the lineups that I built for you guys, this is my favorite lineup that I've made. I don't know how long, but last time I said I think I was going to cash, I cashed. I think this lineup is going to cash. Let's get into these studs here. This is going to be my captain pick because he's just underpriced. His sim scores are comparable to guys priced way up over him. So I like Bam Adebayo, projected at 41.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. He's only 8,400 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 15% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 47% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 32% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 5% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. There's not a lot of 60 plus point upside on this slate. That's why this guy makes a great captain. So I like Bam Adebayo here at 8,400 DraftKings salary. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. So look, guys, I know there's not a lot of sports playing right now, but we are posting a daily cheat sheet for esports for the League of Legends contests, and we just added these new DFS tools for the NBA simulated slates. We're going to be updating our tools to help you pick the best players for these sim sports, and I think these tools are going to give you a big advantage. There's no human element here. This is a stats game. This is a math problem. This is where our tools can really help you identify the numbers, the percent chance these players are going to score within these point ranges, so you know what you're getting into with each pick. Another stud I like is Drew Holiday, projected at 40.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.4 times value. He's 9,200 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 0% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, an 18% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 53% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 22% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 7% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like Drew Holiday here at 9,200 DraftKings salary. The next stud I like is Jimmy Butler, projected at 41.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.2 times value. He's 10,000 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 4% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 5% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 55% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 33% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 4% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like Jimmy Butler here at 10,000 DraftKings salary. Now, Brandon Ingram, he is just way overpriced here. Let's just take a quick look at his sim scores. So he's 11,400 DraftKings salary, and he only has a 28% chance to score 45 to 60 and a 5% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. I mean, that's not much better than these other studs. I mean, look at Jimmy Butler, a 33% chance to score 45 to 60 and a 4% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. And he's 1,400 less than Brandon Ingram here. Same with Drew Holiday and same with Bam Adebayo. I mean, look at Bam Adebayo, only 8,400 DraftKings salary, and he's got a 32% chance to score 45 to 60 and a 5% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I'm going to pass on Brandon Ingram. Actually, I would have played him, but I was just like a couple hundred short, maybe a little more than that, but my salary was short and I wasn't able to fit him into my lineup. But he's overpriced anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and pass on Brandon Ingram. And then the guy that I ended up fitting into my lineup, I didn't really want to play him, but he was the really only remaining stud that I could play with the salary that I had left. So that's Zion Williamson, projected at 36.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 3.5 times value. He's 10,600 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 0% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, an 11% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 79% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and an 11% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So just because of the salary I had left over, I like Zion Williamson to complete my lineup here at 10,600 DraftKings salary. So I really think we have all the best plays here. You got to have Lonzo Ball and Derek Favors in your lineup, and then Bam Adebayo in your captain, then you're going to be able to fit in Drew Holiday, Jimmy Butler, and Zion Williamson. I think it's a beautiful lineup here tonight. I think it is absolutely the most optimal lineup that you can build. We'll see how it pans out, but these are my picks for tonight's DraftKings Showdown. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. This is a quick reminder, you should be reading the comments of this video. We have some savvy basketball fans who watch these videos, and they often give great plays and call me out when my picks are wrong. Wisdom of the crowd is a great way to get a feel for what players the field likes in today's NBA slate. We also have a DFS tool that shows you what players our members like for today's slate, so you can come on in and check that out.